What's going on, guys? We're going to go over a 700k squad builder for you today. We're going to go over one. And by the way, I just want to say, guys, don't forget you can subscribe to my newsletter. Absolutely free, by the way. Releasing tactics, updated tactics, new information, and even like this footprint link of this team that you can see right now, or you're going to see in a second. Or my newsletter is completely free to join. We're not going to spam you with stuff. We might send it once every 2 weeks, so don't worry. This is quick tips here and there for my newsletter. Links down below in the description for my Substack link. Now let's go with 750k squad now. I wanted to put in some new players because I know, let's be realistic, we're all getting sick and tired of seeing the same players and using the same players. But I thought I'd make some more meta squad builders as you guys liked, especially I did like 1 or 2 years ago. I used to do that quite a lot. I want to bring in the first card, that is Correa. Now Correa, for those who don't know, I have that Alvarez card with the 5-star weak foot. I love that card. The next best option you have that's similar to the Alvarez card is Correa. Correa is very similar to that card, except for Correa does lack that 5-star weak foot. That is why I did the Alvarez card without thinking. But Correa, top tier agility and balance, really good finishing, shot power, lacks a bit on the composure. That's what Alvarez really has, that step up. But he's got the stamina, the physicality, and he's got good passing. He can play in a cam or a second striker or a wing. I think with a hunter, this is definitely a card for you to put in your team. Honestly, for 141k, I think he's actually such a good price. You can see his price dropped a little bit, then increased. I'll be honest, maybe just wait out a little bit, but so cheap. Such a good card for that price. Since there's not that many good options in, I would say, the Spanish league, you pretty much are pretty stuck for what you can go for. Maybe the Griezmanns, but that's just about it, really. Then we're going to put another new card as well, another Centurion card, and that is Lacazette. Now, Lacazette is one of my favorite cards that I used this year. I tried him a little bit, to be honest. I was a bit apprehensive when I was using him. I was like, I have like a hit and miss relationship with Lacazette. Always have done. The reason for this, personally speaking, is I've always felt that he's just not quick enough, and I just think he never really had the ability to, not like the older FIFAs, put it that way. But this Lacazette changes the scene because now you have a card that's 4-star, and he's got the first touch playstyle plus, finesse shot as well, power shot, technical, and aerial. That first touch plus is a really good playstyle, especially the driven passes to Lacazette. Now again, he can play anywhere, 4-star, very similar to Correa as well. I'd probably say lean towards a hunter as well. So both of these cards can either play as strikers. Now imagine both of these two cards as striker. Can you imagine how agile this combination is? You got one of the best combinations that you can get that are very agile. Unfortunately, Correa doesn't have any playstyle pluses, but I suppose not the end of the world. In right mid, we're going to go with Diani. For some reason, Footbin is not working for the second time, so you have to search this normally. The way you so Diani is actually a really good card because she has, again, similar to Correa and Lacazette, she has a bit of everything. She's got the 4-star, no playstyle plus, but she's got quick step. To be honest, I'm actually liking this quick step playstyle more and more. I've got Diaby on my sub bench, Cascarino, I've got Adeyemi, I got Davies, even someone as a left back. I'm leaning more towards the playstyle plus variation, but I think quick step is a very underrated playstyle, especially with a combination of step overs. I think it's exceptionally good. Again, she's not a good card. She even playing strike with that high finishing, 98 finishing when you put a hunter on her, and she's got the physicality. Another good card. You see, we got 3 top tier cards here. And moving on to the left mid position or left wing position, we've gone with Dembele. I think Dembele really speaks for himself. You know, with the 5-star, he's one of the best players inside the game. In fact, this card is very good. It's been used a lot heavily alongside all the pro players. A lot of the pro players are mainly using cards like this Dembele because of the 5-star, but also because he does have 5-star skill moves. It really just pushes it above, and that rapid play style as well. There'll be a video on how to use rapid play style as well properly on my channel, which will be coming very soon in terms of skill moves. But with this one as well, what you can do is, he doesn't need a hunter because he has already those high stats, so you don't have to really worry about it too much. We have gone with a finisher. I think finisher is probably one of the, let's say, one of the better playstyles to use. Now, what I want to say is also, you got to bear in mind that a lot of these cards, some of these cards, there isn't really that much variety in terms of meta cards now. To be completely honest, you maybe have, I would say, about 10 cards inside the game, like in certain leagues, like in a League One. I mean, of course you have the Mbappes, but they're always very much expensive and hard to reach. So you maybe only have like a Ginola, maybe a Papin, Dembele, Lacazette. There's only really a couple of few cards that are really up there with some of the best that are affordable. So although he is pricey, yes, he's got that chance to improve, but I think definitely he's one of the good cards. The gold card's more than good enough. All you got to do is you got to put a finisher on the gold card and you got the exact same thing. Now let's move on to the second one. I'm going to show you here. The finisher gets 87 finishing and 87 shot power. Now moving on to the centre mid, we're going to put Aitana in. Massive congratulations. Of course, you did win the Ballon d'Or as well. Again, another very good card, both in real life. And to be honest, admittedly, I never actually saw her play ever in my life until I watched some highlight reels of her. And maybe I've only seen a few clips before that, but I've not actually seen her play. But honestly, such an amazing player as well. But yes, 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, and she does have a technical playstyle plus. You've got a centre mid and you want to drive the ball going forward. She's a very good attacking centre mid. I would prefer her over Bellingham, because she's got the 5-star weak foot. She can shoot on either foot. She's got very, very good long shots. She lacks the shot power. But simply, all you got to do is you got to put a hunter and you resolve most of the issues. Yes, the shot power won't be as good, but her passing and long passing is very, very good. She's got really, really good stats. Maybe lacks on the physicality, but good box-to-box midfielder. 5'3" is not the best, but with all those playstyles, she's so good. I think if you haven't tried her now, before she was very expensive, about 300k, stuff like that. But now she's very affordable, 120k. I don't think you can really say no to her. Then we're going to move over to Bellingham. Now, this is where I think it will depend on you, yourself, on who would you prefer. Now, if you want someone more defensive, you can go with another option. The problem is there isn't really that many defensive options really in La Liga. Now, in case you want about the Player of the Month SBC, don't do the Player of the Month SBC, guys. Just do the regular gold card. You know, realistically speaking, the inform. You know, you're only going to get +2 on finishing and defending stats. Are you really going to notice a +2? But at least if you've got the inform card, it's a fraction of the price, a quarter, whatever it is, or a third, or whatever it is, of the price. But more importantly, you can always sell this card and buy a better Bellingham card. You know, I can guarantee you, with the way he's playing right now, there's definitely going to be a better card than this that's coming out. So you just play them up. It might get outdated in like a couple of weeks, or even next week. So just do better in mind. Be very, very careful. But as I said, there isn't that many options. The good thing with Bellingham is he's very much a box-to-box. I just wanted to show you how I also look at CDMs as well. So it's the way that if I'm looking for a player, I want realistically, do you know what, let's just reduce the parameters a little bit, because there isn't that many options in La Liga as it is. But you can see in La Liga, there isn't really that many options. It's going to alter it by price. Now, the only exception is the Llorente. Now, if you've got the Llorente Player of the Month to him, Valverde is another good option. I can play that box-to-box, but I can also play that CDM role. Apart from that, you really haven't got that much options. Coquelin, that's the SBC. De Jong, I mean, I'm not really the biggest fan of De Jong because he hasn't really got the good defensive awareness. I don't really think you've got that many options. I think apart from the Llorente, if you've evolved the Llorente, to be fair, you do have Modric as well. But if you want someone who's got a physical presence, then Bellingham is really, really good. Or alternatively, Valverde is really, really good. The good thing with Valverde is he's got a bit of everything. You can put a shadow on him, or if you really, really want to, because he's already got the pace as well, you can put a Garden on him, and you can get his defensive awareness up to 87. Because don't forget, he's already got very high pace, so you might not need to upgrade it. Personally speaking, I'm still going to go with a shadow. 83 defensive awareness. As a CDM box-to-box, he's probably one of the best in the game. Very, very underrated. Has everything you want. Amazing passing as well. He's basically got everything. He's one of the cards that you definitely want inside the team. Then we're going to go with centre backs now. What we going with? We're going with Diallo now. I think that's how you say his name. Or Thiago Diallo. I think that's how you say his name. Another new card, but a lot of you guys are missing this card. This card is better than you initially thought. He's got the jockey playstyle, which is very hard to get. Okay, that's in itself is one thing. Then we look at his price. 87 sprint speed, 83 acceleration. You know, with the Portuguese link, it even linked to the Cristianos. I think it's a really, really good card. Decent passing as well. Good defensive awareness, stand tackling, and actually very good physicality. You can see his jumping's at 97, 6'3", so he really has everything you want, 91 strength. Now, when you put a shadow on him, this card really does transform. 88 defensive awareness, and he's got 74 agility, so he's actually not going to be too bad with the run and jockey movement. So I think here, this is a really good card, and for 64k, it's an absolute steal. Now, the only other card that can probably go next to him is Marquinhos. But Marquinhos, I think he was one of the best centre backs. I think he still is, with a high defensive work rate. He's got intercept and jockey playstyle. But me personally, I just feel he's a bit too slow. I think now as we're moving towards these players, he's a very good, got good passing. He's a very good centre back. But I think the truth is now we're just moving towards more players with more pace inside the game. I think for me, I've got Kunde. It's come to a point now he's so good. I've got him on every single one of my accounts. I think him and VVD are definitely up there. I think at 200k, it was worth it, but maybe pushing the price. But I think at 85k, he's an absolute steal. One of the best centre backs in a game. Not even 1 month into the game, so cheap. I think definitely it's a card worth playing. Then we've got right back. Now we've gone with Llorente. Now this depends. If you're going to put Valverde in the team, you can swap Llorente and Valverde inside the game. Let's say, for example, if you're like to me, no, I can't afford Valverde, but I've evolved Llorente, which I'm hoping you guys have all evolved Llorente. This right back here, DeMarcos. I used to love this card because he always had the physicality. This card kind of brings me back to some of his best cards that he does have. Look at this, guys. New edition. Not that bad when you look at his base stats, but when you look at it, sorry, his normal card, but when you look at his in-game stats, incredible. He's got 84 short passing, 90 stamina, 88 aggression, 84 jumping, and then he's got 84 defense awareness, which is rare. To find a centre back, it's very hard to find a centre back that's got a very high defensive awareness. Only a few cards that have it. Di Lorenzo's upgraded card, I think the red card, I forgot what it's called, the rule breaker. The agility balance is good, but I think it could be better. I'd probably recommend putting a shadow on him because I think realistically for fullbacks you do need the pace. What I would say is whenever you see these team of the week cards, don't look at them and think a lot of these cards are useless. Sometimes there's always going to be some cards there that in behind that you might look at them at face value and be like, oh yeah, you know what, they're not amazing. But trust me, you can really find some good cards. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that one. And we got DeMarcos in centre back. You can use Llorente there as well, or if you put Llorente there and DeMarcos there, or you can just put Llorente instead of DeMarcos because Llorente is a bit of an overall. We've gone with Ter Stegen just because personally speaking, I like him. I think he's got everything. The main thing I really like him is he's got the footwork trait, which is probably one of the most important things in my opinion. I think this year with goalkeepers and left back, you can pretty much go wherever you want. But I think the blaring choice here is Mendy. What you can do is you can also go with I always mess up the pronunciation of her name, so I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going to Sakina. She's actually a very, very good card. Batcher is very good as well. The reason why I like her is because she's got the jockey playstyle. If you're looking for more of a defensive card, this might be the better card per se. Batcher is probably alongside Diani gets the chemistry. The French links anyway gives to the chemistry. Batcher also is a very good card, but she lacks the defense awareness and she lacks the sprint speed. But if you want the attacking all-round card, then I think definitely Ferland Mendy is definitely the card to go for. I think Ferland Mendy, the card itself is amazing. He's a bit, not overpriced, he's a bit pricey, should I say, but I think with a shadow, you're very, very good. You can also put an anchor on him, I think, which might be the more acceptable thing to do. We put an anchor, but I always prefer a shadow. For me, I always want to max out the 99 sprint speed. That is the highest that I want to do. But yes, Mendy is very, very good. 5-star, 4-star when he's attacking. Very, very good. That is the team in total. So how would I set this up inside the game? In a 3-5-2, I'd probably do something like this. The card that I'd probably move to the wing would probably be Dembele. Maybe you can use another card here like Lacazette. That's the only downside. I think Diani is too important to have. Unless you put Dembele in striker, Lacazette as a cam, or even Correa as a cam. Yeah, I think that would be probably the best option. I think with Kunde, putting him in centre back, I think might be the best choice just because he's got the agility balance. But Jallo got a bigger stature at the back. So maybe you can put him here instead. However, I would probably go, personally speaking, with Kunde. That's just my personal preference. If you're talking about a 4-4-2, which I think is where the formation will excel the most, or 4-4 or 4-4-2, 4-4-2, 4-2-4, 4-4-2 second variation, and the 4-4-2, something like this. I think Lacazette and Correa. I think you can always put Dembele up top if you really need the 5-star skill moves. In a 4-3-2-1, you got to move someone to centre mid. I think Diani goes to centre mid. Valverde can go in the middle. And Aitana, if you want the attacking fullback, what I'd recommend is flipping the whole side. So having Aitana on stay back and letting Mendy go forward on balanced. Because Mendy is very good when you go attacking. 5-star, 4-star, very, very good. And you can put Correa like that. So if you're defending in my 4-3-2-1 or Anders' 4-3-2-1, the one I made in my channel, you can do that. I think Diani on balance to get forward would be very, very effective. In a 4-1-2-1-2, you don't see his formation as much being played, but I still think it's a very, very good formation. You can go with this, and you can just chuck Diani over here to centre mid and Lacazette or Correa in cam. And then I think if you're going realistically towards a 4-2-3-1, which I think this is where the formation may excel a bit more, especially if you're a bit patient with the ball, then I would say Correa goes striker. Personally speaking, I'll have Diani and Dembele on the wings and Valverde and Aitana in the centre mid positions. But anyways, that is the team. It's about 700k. If you reduce the price, as I said, just get Llorente. It's about 700k. We're going to call it 750k. You can put the players in and adjust it for your own playstyle. But I thought I just made this video just to maybe make it a bit more interesting. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out my my Substack, my newsletter, completely free to join. We'll send you an email once every 2 weeks. Don't worry, we're not going to spam you. We're not going to send you nonsense. No advertisement. It's just going to be top tips only. I give you that. But yeah, links down below in the description. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take it easy and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.